All right, let's continue with our face-off and take a little closer look at the user interface on the Apple iPhone 4S and Motorola Droid Bionic. Again, on the iPhone 4S, you can have up to 11 different panels, I believe, with up to 16 different application shortcuts per panel. The shortcuts can consist of application shortcuts, folders, or bookmarks. There's a YouTube bookmark. These are typical application shortcuts. I guess the Game Center is sort of a folder. To make a folder, let's just do one right here real quick. Just grab one of your icons, drag it on top of another one, and you see we now have a photography folder. It's that easy, and there's a photography folder. When you tap on it, it opens up both. If you want to remove one, actually let's get them to where they're not jiggling any longer. If you want to remove one and separate your folder, simply drag it out. Back to the other one, drag it out. And now we're pretty much back where we were, except it moved the camera over one. So let's bring that back, and that's how you do that. Push down and you're there. As far as customizing, you can go in and change your wallpapers, as you can see here. Obviously either camera roll or the wallpapers it comes with, or you can download an application to change wallpapers. And you can set up a different wallpaper for both the lock screen as well as the home screen. And that's about it as far as customization. On the Droid Bionic, you're going to have 7 different panels that you can customize. Am I saying now there's 7 or 5? Excuse me, there are 5 panels that you can customize, either with application shortcuts, widgets, contact information, folders, or map information as well. And you can see different icons here. To add a widget, simply hold down on the screen. Here's a list of the different widgets that are available. And let's add, I don't care. How about, where's a clock widget? Analog clock. There we go. So now we've got an analog clock. And there's your Facebook widget. Let's add another widget here because I want to show you can resize them as well. Let's go to, I think calendar is resizable. I've got the calendar there. I want it done. So there's our calendar. I think if we hold down on it, no, we don't want to get rid of it. There we go. Go up by the corner and you can resize it, as you can see, which is pretty slick. So you can resize some of the widgets as well. So there's a look at some of the widgets. Both of them have notification systems, as you can see here. And on the iPhone 4S, you can see we've got the weather at the top, and if we slide to the left, we'll get the 5-day forecast, 6-day forecast. As you can see there, it's got calendar appointments as well as stock quotes, and again, it will show emails as well as messaging. In fact, the best way to probably look at that is we go in here to settings and go to notifications, and these are the different areas you can have included in notifications on your iPhone 4S, which is very nice. And when you set up your notifications, you can also determine how you're notified, either with nothing, a banner, or an alert, which is pretty slick. Notifications on the Droid Bionic, it's simply going to show you either email, messaging, applications need updating, whatever it might be, but there aren't any other shortcuts here, just this straight ahead notifications in Android 2.3.4 Gingerbread. So let's look at notifications. Look at main menu on the Droid Bionic, and you see it has a nice sort of swivel 3D effect, which is kind of slick. On the iPhone 4S, obviously the phone itself is the main menu, as you can see here. Take a look at the icons. As far as editing the main menu on the Droid Bionic, we can basically sort alphabetically, frequently used or recently used. You'll notice up here in the upper left-hand corner, you've got all apps. You can go to recent, and again, if you hold down the home key, it will open that up as well for multitasking. You can also show downloads. Try that one more time. There's downloads, and you can show Verizon Wireless apps. All right, let's go back here to the home screen, and again, holding down on both of these. Oh, that opened Siri. Didn't mean to do that. Push down twice to open up the Task Manager. You can see here the open apps on the iPhone 4S, and holding down is the way to delete them. Not delete them, but close them down, as you can see here. Real simple. On the Droid Bionic, when you hold down on the home key, it's going to open up recent apps, so it's going to show you whatever you've opened recently. And again, tapping on any one will take you directly to it. That's simple. And tapping back on the home key, holding it down again, we'll get back to recent apps. You've also got a shortcut here, which is nice, to the market. And again, you've got downloads, and we go to all apps. All right, so there's a quick look at the user interface on our two combatants, Apple's iPhone 4S and Motorola's Droid Bionic. All right, next up, let's take a look at the messaging applications on both. And here's your two standard keypads. What you'll see on the Droid Bionic is you do get numbers on long press, both of them to access symbols. Numbers for the most part is going to be in the lower left-hand corner. Both of them have microphones for speech to text. They both offer enter keys, which is great. Also on the Droid Bionic, you also have under input method swipe, which we'll take a look at here, which is great. This is going to give you not only swipe, but also on touch input, long press on numbers and symbols as well. Also speech to text as well. Call John on Tuesday. Call John on Tuesday. One thing you'll notice, you do get capitalization on the iPhone 4S with the speech to text, which you don't get on the Droid Bionic. And again, this is with swipe, and I'm not very good with swipe, but we'll see what I can't do. It's supposed to be call John on Tuesday. Call Job in Tuesday. Well, I was close. So you do have two different input methods available, along with suggestions, as you can see here, that you can tap on to input into messages as well. As far as, let's take a look at both of the keypads in landscape. So you can take a look at that. And again, key size wise, in landscape they're actually about the same size. I guess maybe the Droid Bionic keys are just a little bit larger, but not a heck of a lot. And then let's take a look at what we can do here with attachments on both. And I have to address it. All right, let's address it to me. There I am. Now, hopefully it'll let me put in an attachment. And we can set up an existing picture or a new picture. So obviously we have a shortcut to the gallery. Same thing for audio, same thing for video. We can set up a slideshow, we can send location, and also a name card. On the iPhone 4S, we can take a video, photo or video, so we can hook directly to the camera, or we can go directly to the gallery. So a little bit more available as far as attachments on the Motorola Droid Bionic. So there's a look at the messaging applications on both. All right, let's wrap up today's face-off between Apple's iPhone 4S and Motorola's Droid Bionic with our browser comparison. I've got them both running off the same Wi-Fi network. I've cleared the cache and history on both, and I have flash disabled on the Droid Bionic. We'll start this off with Engadget, and I think that was pretty close to even. And it looks like the iPhone 4S is probably going to get there first. iPhone 4S is done, but it's still got the little wheel. Nope, iPhone 4S is done and loaded and very smooth. Double tap to zoom in, no problems. See, we had a little sticky at the beginning on the Droid Bionic. Once we've got it going, though, it's very, very smooth. Double tap to zoom in on the same area. Take a look at the difference in the two displays. Again, both of them very touch sensitive. One of the nice things on the Droid Bionic is I think it dynamically rewraps. If it doesn't, I can double tap to handle that. There we go. So it will rewrap text, so you can enlarge the text with pinch to zoom and then rewrap it to fit the display, which the iPhone 4 doesn't do, but the iPhone 4 is definitely very smooth. So is the Droid Bionic. As far as rendering, any issues here? You're going to have the flash turned off on the Bionic. Looks like rendering wise, oh, come on iPhone. iPhone a little sticky there for a second. Nope, no problems with rendering. What do you say we go over to Smartphoneenvy on both? And there we go. And I'm guessing they'll both go to the mobile site since I've cleared the cache and history on both, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully they'll both go to the mobile site. There's one. And we're still waiting for the iPhone 4S to make up its mind. Yep, and we're both going. And iPhone 4S again was there first. As you can see, on a mobile site they're both very, very smooth. Alright, let's go to the full site on both, and they're off. So far the iPhone 4S has been way out in front. Not about way out in front, but it's definitely loaded quicker than the Droid Bionic. And it looks like it might take it again. Definitely looks like the iPhone 4S is going to win this. And we're waiting. Here comes the Droid Bionic finally. Oh, it's putting it on pretty quick all of a sudden. Droid Bionic was our winner on Smartphoneenvy, iPhone 4S right behind it. So both of them were very close to even. You can see both of them are very smooth. Again, the Droid Bionic has a typical Android glitch. The only Android phone that doesn't have that is the Galaxy S2. When you first start scrolling, you need to touch the screen and grab it to get it to do that. And the iPhone 4S is just smooth from the get. It doesn't scroll as much as I'd like it to, but it's, again, very, very smooth. And let's double tap to zoom in on both. There's a look at it. Again, I can rewrap and enlarge, pinch to zoom, which I can't do on the iPhone 4S. I can't rewrap it, which is a shame. I'm not quite sure why they don't have that enabled, because other than that, it does a great job of browsing. All right. So as a look at our browser comparison, the iPhone 4S loaded 2 out of 3 pages quicker than the Droid Bionic. However, the Droid Bionic loaded the largest page quicker. So go figure. Anyway, there's our face-off between Apple's iPhone 4S and Motorola's Droid Bionic. My name's Craig. It's been Smartphoneenvy, and I hope it's been helpful. Take care.